somebody without first living with them or sleeping with them. Sound controversial? Well, it's just one of the observations in the new book, Sex, Politics, and Religion, How Delusional Thinking is Destroying America. Critical thinking expert Steve Siebold is the author, and he joins us this morning. Good to see you, Steve.
Hey, good to see you, Scott.
All right, let's delve right into it. We don't have a lot of time. Let's start first off with those comments regarding sex and test driving. What do you mean by that, and how do you think you're going to get possibly some blowback on that?
Well, my goal is to get people to use critical thinking, to really think for themselves as opposed to the religious dogma and the societal dogma that's controlled America since, its founding.
Okay, and then you also say in here regarding sex, condoms don't promote promiscuity, hormones promote promiscuity.
Exactly. Condoms are for safe sex. I mean, we've got to start looking at these things through objective reality instead of all this emotion, packed thinking, fueled thinking, which is the cause of delusion.
In case somebody wants to try to pin you down between Democrat and Republicans, almost impossible. Matter of fact, you say on page 207, the Democrats seem hell-bent on creating a socialized state, while the Republicans are attempting to legislate morality.
Exactly. We've got two sides going here. They're both fighting each other. And I think what's lacking is critical thinking. And that's what we actually need. People who are thinking, a society who's thinking for themselves, for itself.
And it's okay to do that, to go against conformity.
Absolutely. I mean, how far is conformity getting us right now? I mean, we're really in a bad shape. We're in bad shape in this country.
Regarding guns, you're right. Bad people will always have guns, and good people should have the right to protect themselves.
Sure. The criminals are going to get guns anyway, just like the drug dealers are going to get drugs, whether it's illegal or illegal. It's delusional to think we're going to stop these things, so why not have the American public armed so if a robber wants to come in and rob your house at 3 in the morning, you actually have some way to protect yourself.
All right, regarding religion in America, Gallup saying, according to the statement here, 92% of Americans believe in God. They've never seen and cannot prove Christianity is forced on us in childhood, and we are threatened to choose between conformity and damnation.
Exactly. It's either believe in this God or burn in hell. I mean, it's all based on fear. And I would challenge Americans to read the Bible. Less than 10% of people who go to church have actually read the Bible from cover to cover.
Let alone studied it, as you mentioned.
Exactly. I was a Christian before I actually when I started writing this book, and I ended up really being an agnostic or an atheist after reading it.
Yeah, because I was going to say, this is not anti-Christian or anything.
No.
This is more like overall in terms of religion. They want you, whoever they is, wants you to conform, and that's what you're kind of against.
Sure. If someone reads the Bible and studies it and says, and I believe it, then I think they should follow it. But read it for yourself and think, as opposed to just going to a sermon on Sunday and listening to some minister that's a great speaker talk you into something that may or may not be true.
And the last topic, real quickly, is about assisted suicide. You were saying in the book, basically, you would not put a pet through that to let him suffer. So why should we do the same thing to human beings?
Exactly. I just put my dog down. My dog had cancer. My little dachshund, I had to put him down because the vet, and I didn't want to do it, obviously, but the vet said, the dog is suffering. Why don't we have the control of our own bodies? The government tells us we can't end our own lives if we're suffering and we have no quality of life. It's ridiculous.
I would assume you'd call yourself maybe a libertarian if you had to pick any side.
Maybe. Yeah, just a free thinker, really.
Right. Okay. Hey, Steve Siebold's new book, again, called Sex, Politics, and Religion, How Delusional Thinking is Destroying America. It is available at Amazon.com and select bookstores as well. For more information, all you got to do is go to Fox59.com and look for the links on the homepage. Steve, controversial book. It was a good read, though, and I do appreciate you coming on board.
Thanks, Scott. Appreciate it.